We're Ushahidi, and we've got an amazing connectivity project that we hope you'll want to partner with us on.
BRCK was born out of our frustration with trying to stay connected to the internet with modems and routers that weren't designed for situations where electricity and traditional internet are not reliable. We find most of this hardware to be too delicate to travel with and too complicated to take advantage of unless you're a super user.
When we built Ushahidi 5 years ago, we were building in Kenya a technology that was very not new. It was an idea of using old technology but with a new use case around crisis and disaster. The BRCK is very similar in that we're trying to come up with a local solution for a local problem, which is internet connectivity, where power is an issue, where the different internet service providers don't always give you great service. You know, we have a saying in Ushahidi, if it works in Africa, it'll work anywhere. And we think the same thing is true with the BRCK.
BRCK is the simplest network you've ever set up, with an elegant and intuitive dashboard to manage your device. After a few short questions, it automatically configures for your cellular provider's requirements and sets up its network security to ID levels for you. BRCK can connect to the internet through Ethernet, cellular data, or repeating open Wi-Fi channels.
So we've designed the BRCK to be rugged and reliable in African conditions. Our engineers are based here and we really know how this thing has to work. Now, if it can survive in Africa, we're pretty sure it can survive in a cafe in California.
It's the most beautiful, elegant, simple to use networking device you've ever owned. But if you're an advanced user, we've got some special things for you.
So one of the things we wanted to accomplish with the BRCK was to provide a true convergence of software and hardware. We recognize in places like this that there's a challenge in being able to get access to sensor data in the field. And so we saw this ability of the BRCK to become really an on-ramp for the Internet of Things, to enable sensors to be connected, and not just connected, but managed remotely. So with our cloud-based services, we're able to program the BRCK to provide specific capabilities in accessing physical hardware.
So that's the story of BRCK. Over the last year, we've gone through 6 iterations of prototyping. We've got our boards figured out. We've got our power supply needs figured out. We've got our cases designed.
At BRCK, we truly understand the challenges of digital education in Africa. Just having devices or getting connectivity won't solve the education gap. We have to look at the bigger picture of delivering a sustainable platform for education. So we took what we had learned from working with Kenyan schools. We took the rugged products that we had been building at BRCK and we put them together into the first fully integrated education platform designed in Africa for Africa. We introduced the Kio Kit. The Kio Kit combines the connectivity of the BRCK, the server and content capacity of the BRCK Pi, and 40 of our Africanized Kio tablets into a simple, integrated platform that instantly turns any schoolroom into a digital classroom. The entire solution fits into a secure, rugged, and weather-resistant case. To keep the setup simple, the Kio Kit only has one cable, its power cord. Because the classroom experience is so important to us, we designed the entire platform to be turned on and off from a single button. The Kio Kit revolutionizes the very idea of having technology in the African classroom. We don't just think about these ideas in our Nairobi lab. We spend a lot of time in classrooms across Kenya, observing, experimenting, and getting valuable feedback from both the teachers and the students. One lesson we learned from our earlier design iterations is that the tablet charging connection is the greatest single point of failure for devices used by children. So we engineered the Kio not to require a cable for charging. The Kio Kit includes the first practical use of wireless charging for education tablets, where the student simply drops their Kio into the kit and it begins charging. Another thing we observed in the classrooms was the teacher's challenge in describing how to put on the headphones correctly. So we color coordinated the earpieces to make giving instructions even easier. A common issue faced by schools in Africa is power interruptions. Once charged, the Kios and the entire kit can run through a typical 8-hour school day. In off-grid environments, you can even run the entire system using solar. The Kio Kit stores all the educational content on it, so that you don't need to be connected to the internet or power for it to work. This means a school child in Turkana can get the same access to learning as a child in Nairobi. BRCK is committed to leveling the education playing field in Africa. The Kio Kit is what happens when Africans design a solution for African schools. At BRCK, we know the realities and physical challenges of using computers in African schools. We have purposely engineered the Kio to withstand the rigors and rough handling that we can anticipate from young school children. Our engineering team has worked hard to develop a truly Africanized educational device, designed to withstand a 70-centimeter drop onto concrete, resistant to water and sealed for dust protection. The Kio ensures that students spend more time learning and less time waiting for a device to be repaired.
The Kio is perfectly designed for little hands. Pure and easy to use, the students love the excitement of our Kio time. They have adapted quickly to the new technology, so my job of keeping the students engaged in learning is made that much easier.
The Kio software is structured around three critical development activities: learn, play, and grow. Learning is the cornerstone of the Kio. BRCK is a global network of partners that deliver engaging and interactive books and video content to students everywhere. We also work closely with local content providers to ensure learning is contextualized and culturally relevant. But kids must be kids, and play is essential to learning. So we've added educational games that are designed to improve problem solving and keep students excited and engaged in education. The Grow section of the Kio provides access to lessons beyond the curriculum, such as life skills, responsible citizenship, and storybooks. Through technology, we can provide more equitable access to the world's vast repository of education and knowledge. Kio is every child's window into that bright future.
Welcome everybody to the BRCK Education launch. It's great to see so many friendly faces here as well.
So the BRCK, at its heart, is a rugged Wi-Fi router. It has inbuilt 3G, it has 8 hours of battery life. It's a device that is designed to help people stay connected. We have the ability to add an external antenna so that you can get better connectivity. And it allows us to do the types of things that we do as technologists wherever we go.
So Uwezo was a research organization that really inspired me and my co-founder Marie Githinji at Elimu to start our organization. They researched thousands of schools all over Kenya, Tanzania, and Uganda. And here are 3 key facts that I think are important to keep in mind. The first is that less than a third of students in Standard 3 have basic literacy and numeracy skills across East Africa. The second fact is that 1 out of 5 Standard 7 students don't have Standard 2 level literacy competencies. And the third fact is something we should all really think about, is that children across the countries, across all ages, from lower income households are consistently performing worse. And so I'm so excited today to present to you an African solution designed in Africa for Africa, the Kio tablet. So the Kio tablet, we know that it's ruggedized. It's water resistant, it's dust resistant, the screen is scratch proof, and like we showed you, it resists a 70 centimeter drop onto concrete. The other thing about the Kio is that it's not just a slowpoke, strong computer. It's got Intel's latest 3G Sophia processor, which gives this the world-class processing power. And it doesn't mean that a rugged tablet for Kenya or for Africa needs to be slow. And the 3G processor also allows for 8 hours of uninterrupted learning.
But as we were thinking about this, we were thinking, we're only halfway up the mountain. There's more that we need to do. And so we took all these innovations that we built, we put them together in one place, and we call that the Kio Kit. Let's see what it does. All right. In under a minute, you've turned a schoolroom into a digital classroom. Nothing else. There's a bunch of other things that make this interesting. The 8 hours, so that even if your power goes off or if you're in an off-grid situation, you can charge it up and you can go 8 hours, a whole school day, without any problems. There's 40 Kios in the box, so no matter where you are, you can turn any classroom into a digital classroom immediately. Around the world, wireless charging is seen as a luxury item, not to us. We needed to make it something that was valuable for everybody else and a value-based device. I think this is a good time to point out that we need to do away with kind of thinking about other people's problems and other people's issues and solving our issues for our own children. It's time that we had the same education access for kids living in Kericho or Turkana or Samburu that we do in Nairobi, and we hope that you can help us make that a reality. Thank you very much.